Well, hello, my loves, and happy Sunday to you today. So today we are going on a journey. I have been reading Morgan Harper Nichols' book, Peace is a Practice, and any of her things that she's written just always inspire me, brighten my spirit, all of those kinds of things. So I was inspired by one of her sections in there's just a lot of different sections in her book, in this book particularly. And so I'm going to translate that to what I do today. Before we talk about that, Mixed Media Insider Membership is still open for you to check out, to sign up for. There is a free preview going on right now. And last Sunday's inspiration with the membership, I do a special breakdown. I explain my process, all of that kind of stuff is available. And then this one will be available in the free preview section as well. We've had a lot of people sign up. It's super exciting and can't wait to welcome the new members. But if you're interested, you can check it out. If you check out the free preview, it'll give you a really good idea of so many of the things that are waiting for you, over 3 years worth of information and content and videos and everything in the membership. And it is a wonderful place, and we have a wonderful private community where we share our work, we ask questions, all those kinds of things. So just letting you know that, if you are interested in the Mixed Media Insider Membership. Okay, so out here on my table, I have a 12 by 12 wood panel. I've already kind of started thinking through my papers because I was reading and I was like, ooh, okay. I had some ideas of some things that were kind of brought to my attention through my reading. And so I kind of grabbed a few things that had a little bit of meaning to me. And so postcards are always that for me. And this up here says, come back. And so I've got some of those things ready to go. Now, I also have 2 stencils out that I think are going to play a big part, actually 3 stencils, a big part in this, because I'm going to do kind of the transition between summer and fall. And the change talks about, in her book, she's talking about light and shadow and how things change and how we have to look for the good in those kinds of changing seasons of our lives. And so I was really thinking about that. And so I've got out here this is Rambling Branches 2. This is the 9 by 12. So in the background, I want to do some of the summer kind of feel. And then in the forefront, I want to do some of the fall kind of feel. I don't know exactly how that's going to look yet. But I want lights and darks. I want shadow and light, because that is what I read in the book today was really, really inspiring. So I have, of course, my black and white gesso that I use for my black and white. And I have 2 different kinds of neutrals out here as well. Again, I'm thinking about darks and lights, contrast and value and those kinds of things. And so I've got some unbleached titanium, and this is like a taupe. This is a custom color that I mixed up, and it's really interesting. It kind of has a little bit of a gray tone, so I don't know how that'll work, but that's my thought. So my lights are real neutral. And then I have color that will be kind of my shadows. And of course I'll have greens for my kind of summer feel. And then for my fall feel, I have these colors out here. I'm not exactly sure if these will all go in or not. But I can also change the value with my lights. So I can take something dark and make it light, which also, as I was thinking that through, I was thinking about kind of the lesson of how, we have dark seasons, we have those changing seasons, and over time we can add the light and change the meaning, change the value of it. And so I have burnt sienna, quin magenta, prism violet, and this is a kind of a dark teal custom color. And then I have some raw umber, of course. I will use my charcoal pencil. And then, of course, my stencils. And it should be a relatively easy process of what I'm thinking. So I've got the fall leaves, small and large out here. And then I've got the rambling branches stencil out. I'm not exactly sure yet how all that will come together, but once I get going, I will have more ideas. And I think I said this is 12 by 12. So that's my thought process to start. And we always have to have the idea, get the inspiration, and lay out an initial plan, and then just go for it, and then respond. But as I was reading in Morgan Harper Nichols' Peace is Practice, she just every single space in this book, in all of her books, are like underlined or tabbed like this all the time. But what was really interesting about this is the title is Practicing Peace by Learning to See Value in It All. And I talk about value all the time, changing the value of our paint, taking it lighter or darker. And she talks about seeing that value and changing the meaning of it. But she also says, when I look at some of my favorite works of art, I find that they contained more than just blues and golds and all the colors. They are shadows and light. In the Starry Night, I see the royal blues and dashes of warm colors right away. But the longer I look at the piece, the more I see the darker blues that are nearly black. My eyes don't gravitate to them immediately, but they are just as much a part of the piece as anything else. And then I'm just going to kind of move on over to the next section here. To paint the shadowy colors, the artist must practice. They don't simply throw down random color. They hope for the best. They learn to look for the value in every shade. I've learned a lot from studying shadows and light in art. I have decided that mixing a range of colors and using them to tell a story is a worthy practice, even if it takes a lifetime. Instead of looking for light only as a way to avoid the shadows, what if we were willing to accept the whole picture? And that line right there really touched me, because I always talk about different seasons of our lives. And for me right now, I'm in a little bit of a harder season. And I know for me, I'll speak for me, that we don't want the hard seasons. Who wants the hard seasons? We want the good seasons all the time. But what if we looked at it all as a whole, and how it creates this me, you, us, this beautiful canvas. The dark and the light create a beautiful picture. And while we don't want to focus on the dark because the color is so much more fun, it adds depth and compassion and maturity and courage. All of those things add to this canvas, who is me and who is you. This doesn't mean we can't look where the sunlight pours in. This doesn't mean we can't paint the bold colors or long for the day that we are able to watch a sunrise without power lines in the way. It just means that perhaps we can still breathe deep and make the most of where we are, even if it doesn't look exactly how we hoped or planned or how we think the picture should be. The shadow and the light are what changes a piece of art. It's what makes it dramatic. It's what gives it character. And that's also true for my own life and for yours. We don't have to understand everything before we hold both shadow and light. We don't have to eliminate every unknown before we take action. And we don't have to get rid of the darkness to see the stars. In fact, we need the darkness to see the stars. So as I was reading that, I was like, that one is for me. And maybe it's for you too. I don't know. I love the change of seasons. I love fall. But in personal life, changing seasons from going from the easy season to the hard season, or not so easy season, is not fun. And yet it all plays a part in my journey. It all plays a part in my art. Some of the best art and the best soul searching I've ever done has been in those hard seasons. So we need both the light and the dark. And both of those help us grow. If we have that mindset, like she's talking about, that mindset that says, this is going to serve me. I may not see it now, but it will. And then when we're in the good seasons, we celebrate the good season to the max and give thanks for it every single day. So I don't know what season you're in. Hopefully you're in a good one. And even just the general change in seasons can bring about, things within us. And so I hope that you will think about all of who you are, all of the light and the dark that make up the beautiful soul that you are, and let it serve you well. All right, my loves, I am going to get creating on this. If you want to see the full breakdown of this, it'll be available in the free preview in the Mixed Media Insider Membership. All right, I'm going to get creating. I hope your Sunday is restful and peaceful, and I hope that you always, always know that you are loved.